Hello, I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter, and I want to talk to you right now about your price. The price you get or the price you don't get. And I'm going to cover right here in this video the 5 reasons why salespeople discount their price. And you know what? They don't have to. I want you to stick around for the last one because I'll tell you what, the last one is going to cut home on you and really drive home what you need to do. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about your price, and I'm also sharing with you content from the Sales Hunter University. We have a new masterclass, Pricing. I want you to check it out, and I want you to check out everything in the Sales Hunter University. Let's get to the first one. Number 1, weak value proposition. This is by far one of the biggest problems salespeople have, because what happens is they don't take the time to really listen to what the customer is looking for, and in turn create a value proposition wrapped around the needs that the customer has. And really what's happened is they probably just listen to what the customer thinks they want, and that's what they offer them. Big mistake. The value proposition is where you set the price. And here's the whole thing. You never ever state the price until you first have really uncovered the need and exploited the need that they have, expanded the pain that they have. And it might be a pain, it might be a gain, but you have to build on that and you have to maximize that. You have to leverage that before you can even begin to think about putting price on the table. Number 2, lack of confidence. Lack of confidence because the salesperson themselves doesn't believe in what it is that they can provide the customer. The salesperson is just not confident in having a conversation. The salesperson is totally wrapped up in the presentation. They're totally wrapped up in maybe a negative thought that they've got going through their mind, or the belief that, wow, this is really expensive. This is really expensive. Remember, the customer is not buying. The customer is investing with you. Think about that for a moment. The customer does not buy, they invest. And when you spend enough time creating the value proposition, it's going to help you in your confidence. And remember this, you can't be afraid to walk away from a customer over price. As soon as you start thinking you have to close every deal because of price, you will discount every deal. And you know what's going to happen? Your confidence is going to go through the floor. Number 3, rush to price. The customer calls you up, the prospect calls you up and says, hey, all I need is a price quote. Just give me a price quote. And what do? You quickly rush to the price. And then they say, oh, wow, that's really expensive. You see, this plays again on number 1 and number 2. You can never rush to the price. The price is the last thing that comes out on the table. Because remember, customers, again, aren't buying, they're investing. So when you hear somebody call you up, and they're not a current customer of yours, you don't know who they are, and they say, hey, I'm looking to buy from you, can you give me a quick price? You never respond with the price, but you respond by saying, hey, you know what, I want to make sure that what I provide you is the right thing, so can you answer a couple questions for me? You have to have that conversation. You have to uncover the need before you quote the price. Number 4, false assumptions. Oh, wow. This one traps so many salespeople, it's unbelievable. Here's what happens. This is how another customer responded, so this is how this customer is going to respond. That's like trying to drive a car forward by only looking in the rearview mirror. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. False assumptions trap salespeople into false beliefs. Here's the thing. You may believe it, but it doesn't mean the customer believes it. You may perceive it, but it doesn't mean the customer perceives it. It's only when the customer says it that you can begin to believe it. I want you to slow down, so you can speed up to close, and you slow down by being willing to spend time in that value proposition, the first thing I talked about. Number 5, here it is. This is it. This is the number 1 reason why salespeople discount, because of a weak pipeline. Because it's the only deal I've got. I've got to close this or I'm going to starve to death. I've got to close this deal. I'm going to lose my job. I've got to close this. See, here's the whole thing. A weak pipeline causes you to create false assumptions. It causes you to rush to price. It causes you to have a lack of confidence, and it causes you to put out a weak value proposition. You see, your weak pipeline is really the root of every problem. Because when you have an abundant level of customers, when you have an abundant level of opportunities, it's amazing how much more confident you are with your price. I want you to ask yourself this question. Is the reason I don't have enough customers in my pipeline is because I'm not spending enough time prospecting? That's really what it comes down to. A confident price, the lack of discounting, all begins because you're spending enough time prospecting. Hey, I want you to check out the masterclass around pricing. In it, I break down everything in there as to how to overcome price issues, how to even take a price increase. I talk about pricing at a very in-depth level, and it's all part of the Sales Hunter University. And do check out, because level 3, that's the level you really want to get. That's all access. What does that get you? It gets you everything. Access to all of the master classes, all of the coaching sessions, the weekly sales kickoff, everything is in there. Hey, I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. It is my privilege to help you sell and close more deals at full price. Great selling.